Well, I remember when I come up from Kerry to join the job, driving the car, I was passing by a farmyard down near Naas. We had a bit of an accident. We killed this woman's rooster. Her cockerel outside the farm. I knocked on the door of the farm. I said, "Missus, I killed your rooster. I'd like to replace it." She says, "Please yourself, the hen's around the back." They sent me up to the training school. The sergeant said, "I've got to ask you some questions to see if you're qualified to be an officer of the law. Now, your first question is, give me 2 days in the week, beginning with T." I said, "Today and tomorrow." "Could you tell me what's a Hindu?" He says, "It lays eggs." Says, "What's a Hebrew?" It says, "A male teabag." "Who was the first man to mount Olive?" It says, "Popeye." "Where are Adrian's walls?" I says, "Around Adrian's house." "What was Gandhi's first name?" I said, "Goosey Goosey." "Where is Uganda?" I says, "Gone on holidays with my grandma." "What was the Boer War?" I says, "A pig fight." "A question on chemistry, what is nitrate?" I says, "Time and a half." "Why has Frankenstein got no children?" I says, "Because they have his nuts coming out through his neck." He says, "How many contraceptives would you get from a rubber tire?" I says, 365 if it's a good year. Oh, he says, "Your final question." He says, "Who killed Cock Robin?" I said, "I haven't got a clue." He said, "As soon as you find out," he says, "come back and tell me." I got out the door, there's a fella standing there. Says, "Are you a guard?" "No." I says, "I think I'm a detective to put me on a murder case." Well, they sent me down to Pierce Street Station. The sergeant said, "You're sharing room 12 with Guard Delaney from Kerry." Now, Guard Delaney has a dreadful habit of snoring. No man has ever managed to get his sleep. The man snores so much. "I will move you to an adjacent room at first opportunity, but until then you won't get his sleep." I says, "I'll get his sleep." He says, "We'll see by if he get his sleep." Come down the next morning, he says, "You get his sleep?" I said, "Sergeant, I had the best sleep I ever had in my life." He says, "What about Guard Delaney snoring?" Well, I says, "I went into the room, he was lying on his back, snoring his head off. I leaned over, gave him a kiss in the cheek, and he sat up all night watching me." It's true. I'll never forget my first day on duty on the street. I found a dead horse next Jecker Street. I didn't know how to spell it and had to drag it round into James Street. I said, "Blow into this." He says, "What's that?" I says, "This is an old bag which tells me if you're drunk." He says, "I've got one of them at home." I had a fella up in court the other day for maintenance. The judge says, "I award your wife £100 a week." Says, "Thanks very much, sir. I'll try and send her a few pounds myself." He says, "Have you ever been up before me before?" He says, "I don't know." He says, "What time do you get up at?" There was another fella up for drunk and disorderly. He says, "You're up in front of me for drinking." He says, "Right, Judge, let's get started." And they brought this poor little Dublin fella in. He says, "I'm holding your case in camera." So what? He says, "I'm holding your case in camera." So what? He says, "I'm holding your case in camera. Are you listening to me?" So I don't know what you mean by in camera. But whether you know what it means or not, your case has been held in camera because I know what it means. The God knows what it means. The defense and prosecution counsel knows what it means. The clerk of the court knows what it means, and the jury knows what it means. Your case has been held in camera. What happened on the night in question when you took that young lady home from the disco at Leeson Street? Well, it's like this, your headship or your worship. I don't know what to call you, really, but I met this board or chick or whatever you like to call her in the dance, like, in Leeson Street, like, and I was after investing 2 bottles of wine in her at £20 a go, like, you know. And I wasn't giving up that easy, so I said, "Could I wear her home?" And she said, "Right, okay." And we'd no money for the job, actually, for the taxi, like. And I couldn't get into any of the cars around there, so I said I'd walk. And we walked in through town and down Eamon Street and round by Fairview Park. And as you probably realise yourself, you've probably been there yourself, the railings around there is very, very low. So we got over the railings and we're sitting on a park bench, and I had a bottle of wine in the pocket and we scoffed that. And then I had a bit of blow, you know, and you know, a joint, like, you know, we were having a go at that, like, we were turning on, you know what I mean? He says, turning on, he says, I don't know what you mean. Well, Judge, he says, I know what it means. The bird knows what it means. The copper knows what it means. Those two fairies over beside you with the wigs, they know what it means. And the jury knows what it means. And Judge, if you were there with your bleeding camera, you'd know what it meant.